told your friend you're not okay.
In the world of entertainment, there are rare moments that are not just felt, but shake the entire digital space instantly. That night, in March 2026, just as the clocks in Indonesia struck 12, a profound pulse-like vibration spread from screen to screen, as if the entire planet was holding its breath awaiting something far greater than a mere video release. Without any lengthy announcement, without any warning, screens across the world suddenly lit up. And there stood 7 figures the world had longed for, appearing like silhouettes of heroes from a modern legend returning to open a new chapter. They stood atop a giant white ship that glided slowly across a sea so vast it seemed endless. The night breeze gently stirred their hair, as if carrying the stories they had accumulated over their long journeys. The moonlight touched their faces with a precision that could hardly have been coincidental, creating dramatic shadows that left millions of people simultaneously speechless, unable to believe what they were seeing. That night, they weren't just artists returning from a long hiatus. They seemed like legends, re-emerging onto the world stage, carrying a strength that only those who have weathered every storm and returned with even greater determination can possess. The ship's name, Swim, sounded simple yet felt fraught with symbolism, a metaphor for the courage to penetrate unseen depths of emotion. As soon as the second teaser was released, time seemed to stand still. In mere seconds, the sound of millions of fingers pressing the play button seemed to merge into a single energy, uniting fans from across the globe in a moment that was hard to describe. Within the first 10 minutes, the number of views soared to 500,000, not just a statistic, but a tangible testament to the intense anticipation armies around the world had been harboring. 20 minutes passed quickly, and the number quickly approached 1 million, demonstrating that what was happening was more than just a comeback, but a global phenomenon that once again reminded us who ruled the world music scene. When the 27-minute mark finally passed, the 1 million view mark exploded across the screen, creating a digital frenzy that instantly spread from one platform to another. Even more impressively, this achievement was just a few minutes shy of their previous record, which they had also set themselves earlier that month. This wasn't about competing with other artists, it was a competition against themselves, something only those who have transcended the boundaries of entertainment industry standards can achieve. Behind those numbers were a whirlwind of emotions, as fans around the world weren't just watching. They were experiencing every second, immersed in the teaser's atmosphere as if they were part of the journey filmed on the ship. Social media erupted into a giant wave of reactions. Awe, virtual screams, laughter, wild theories, all filled timelines, especially on X. Even classic moments like the sudden freezing of YouTube views had many fans joking, "Stop freezing the views." An unofficial ritual that somehow always appears every time they release something major. The swim ship visual itself wasn't just a cinematic spectacle, but a symbol of their long journey, from trainees starting from the bottom to irreplaceable global icons. Each step on the deck of the ship seemed like a declaration that they had returned, but not as the same selves. They returned as more mature, stronger, and bolder versions of themselves than ever before. Their gazes held unspoken stories, hidden messages that only those who paid closer attention could understand. The album, titled ARIRANG, began to resonate across various platforms, carrying a strong cultural nuance yet still felt modern, making anticipation unstoppable. March 20th, 2026, slowly transformed from a mere number into a historical landmark marked on millions of calendars. The title track, Swim, was touted to bring a new dimension, more emotional, deeper, and more telling. This teaser was just a small splash before a massive wave was about to hit the music world, and NY knew full well that what they saw was just the beginning of something much bigger. Every second of the teaser held the imprint of years of hard work, unseen sacrifices, and a journey of resilience. They didn't follow trends. They set standards that the world would soon follow. Their presence on screen wasn't just entertaining. It left an emotional impact that lingered long after the video ended. Because ultimately, this isn't just about the music or the visuals. It's about the long-standing relationship they've forged with their fans. A relationship that now burns brighter than ever, bringing new hope and unstoppable energy. The ship has set sail, and the signs are clear. Nothing can stop this journey. The silence before the music truly explodes feels like the last gasp before a storm. A moment when millions of hearts seem to beat in unison. In that silence, you can feel the weight of the journey they've been through. The experiences, the pressures, the struggles, all compressed into a single frame that speaks louder than anything else. And just when everyone thought the peak of their emotions had been conveyed in that teaser, something bigger began to be felt behind the scenes, like a second wave preparing to hit. That night, even though the video ended and was replayed repeatedly, the conversation in the global community showed no signs of slowing down. News accounts, content creators, and even major K-pop platforms began releasing in-depth analyses, dissecting each frame as if searching for the secret code the members left behind in Swim's visuals. Some fans even noticed that the shimmering water surface seemed to form a pattern, as if part of a concept that would be explained in the official release. Small details like these added to the mystery surrounding Swim, making viewers feel like they were following the plot of a major film, not just a comeback teaser. As the night wore on, more and more theories emerged, not just about the ship, but about the meaning of the journey itself. Many argued that Swim's ship symbolized not only their physical journey so far, but also the mental and emotional journey they had taken during their hiatus. Some linked it to themes of maturity, courage to face the future, and even the longing they had harbored during their absence from performing together. This made this teaser feel far more personal than previous releases, as if they wanted to invite viewers not just to watch, but to dive into the deepest recesses of their story. The more you look at it, the more it becomes clear that this teaser is just a small doorway into a much wider world. Many music industry experts are beginning to talk about the possibility that Swim and ARIRANG are not just another comeback, but the beginning of a large-scale project that will take a long time to prepare. Some music journalists even wrote that the teaser visuals had the aura of a global production, something that usually occurs when a group is preparing for a monumental era that could be a turning point in their career. Fans, on the other hand, began to notice how each member presented with a distinct nuance, as if each carried a part of the story that would coalesce into one grand narrative. Some exuded calm, others exuded determination, and still others radiated an energy that felt like a warning that something big was approaching. And when they stood together, all that energy combined into something that couldn't be defined by any word other than iconic. Time passed, but the hype never subsided. Instead, it only grew. Every hour, the number of views increased at a rate that was difficult to even monitor with the naked eye. Real-time charts in various countries began to show unusual activity, as if the world was preparing to welcome something more than just music. The international community sensed that this comeback would be one of the greatest moments in modern music history. And somehow, everyone felt like they were witnessing the beginning of something that would be remembered for years to come. As the countdown to release day drew near, the entire digital platform felt tense, like the wind stilling before a major storm. Many fans described the atmosphere emanating from all the teasers, concept photos, and circulating theories as if they were awaiting the climax of a story they had followed for years. It wasn't just the music, but the long journey they had witnessed together, a journey filled with joy, sorrow, triumph, loss, and unwavering hope. The nights leading up to the release date were moments when millions of people across the globe stared at their screens, holding their breath. Everyone felt that when that day arrived, the world would be different.